The Bible mentions that Moses was the greatest leader ever. However, his journey was not an easy one. He was faced with many obstacles and attempts that tested the core of his leadership power. Today we will talk about the biggest rebellion against Moses. The rebellion of Korah, Moses' cousin. This is the story of pride, disobedience, and the consequences of disrespecting authority. There were many Israelite leaders who attempted to remove Moses and Aaron from leadership. These included Korah, Dathan, Abiram, On, and 250 prominent leaders of Israel whom they gathered. Their fall is one of the most mysterious and visually stunning stories in the Bible. It shows the power of God as well as his faith, care, and love for Moses. Let's begin. The story begins with a description of Korah's family tree to establish his connection to Moses. Korah, son of Izhar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi. Numbers 16 verse 1. He belongs to the tribe of Levi, and his grandfather's name was Kohath, and Kohath had 4 sons. The Kohathite clans, Amram, Izhar, Hebron and Uzziel. Numbers 3 verse 19. Amram was the father of Moses and Aaron, making Moses and Korah cousins. Moses, in a bold move, named Elzaphan, son of the younger Uzziel, as the Qadi tribe's president. This sparked a storm of controversy as Korah questioned Moses' decision. Not only was Korah dissatisfied with the controversy over the appointment, but he also underestimated Moses' prophecy. He begins to challenge the leadership of Moses together with Dathan, Abiram, and On, son of Pelet, and 250 elders of Israel, claiming against Moses and Aaron. And so he caused controversy in the leadership of Moses and Aaron. At least in the first stage, many different groups and interests join the rebellion, they all accept Korah's leadership. As a result of divine intervention, the rebellion is suppressed by force and the rebels are killed in different ways. Some were swallowed up in the ground, others were burned, and some died of the plague. Challenging the idea that Moses alone can control the special bond with God, Korah boldly pushes for his own desires. He strongly declares that every Israelite holds the same sacredness, emphasizing equality among all the Israelites. Korah's bold declarations shake the very foundations of the divine order set by God among priests, Levites, and all Israelites. In his view, holiness knows no hierarchy, and he suggests that anyone has the right to rule. Korah, with his cunning trickery, seeks to exploit the highest authority without truly submitting to it, aiming to dominate society instead of nurturing and propelling its progress. You have gone too far. The whole community is holy, every one of them, and the Lord is with them. Why then do you set yourselves above the Lord's assembly? Numbers 16 verse 3. Moses does not respond immediately, his mouth is speechless. He hears, deafens, and falls to the ground. When Moses heard this, he fell face down. Numbers 16 verse 4. The experienced leader, 80+ years old, knows that a hasty response is not desirable. It was not a declaration of helplessness but a calculated and well-planned move. Moses falls on his face and prays, receiving the Holy Spirit and knowing how to respond. Only after consideration, thought, and moderation, he did choose to respond, and this time firmly. Then he said to Korah and all his followers, "In the morning the Lord will show who belongs to him and who is holy, and he will have that person come near him." The man he chooses he will cause to come near him. You, Korah, and all your followers are to do this. Take censers and tomorrow put burning coals and incense in them before the Lord. The man the Lord chooses will be the one who is holy. You Levites have gone too far. Numbers 16 verses 5 to 7. The incense and censers prove that God did choose Moses and Aaron, but this does not answer Korah's claim. Korah's words must be distinguished from his true motives. Korah is like a leader hungry for power. Instead of sharing rights with everyone, he wants to be the leader, ruling with a strong hand. He talks about fairness and goodness, but some think he's just using poetic words to hide what he really wants. When Moses responds to Korah and the rebels, he tells them, "I did not choose to be a leader but was chosen by God, even though I refused. Therefore, take for yourselves censers in which you will give incense, as the priests do, and be ready before God tomorrow. And the man whom God chooses will be the Holy One." He tries to convince Korah to retreat from the rebellion in front of all the tribes. Moses says to Korah, "God has also given you a special role, to work in the tabernacle. And ask him why he is not satisfied with that, and request to be a priest as well." When they do not accept his answer, Moses repeats his offer once more. Moses said to Korah, "You and all your followers are to appear before the Lord tomorrow, you and they and Aaron. Each man is to take his censer and put incense in it, 250 censers in all, and present it before the Lord. You and Aaron are to present your censers also." Numbers 16 verses 16 to 17. The rebels who joined Korah do as Moses requested. So each of them took his censer, put burning coals and incense in it, and stood with Moses and Aaron at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Numbers 16 verse 18. The next morning, Korah gathered all the Israelites to the tent of the tabernacle, and then a pillar of the cloud with the divine presence appeared for all to see. Moses and Aaron fall on their faces and ask God not to punish all the Israelites because of the sin of one person. After the Israelites move away from the tent of the tabernacle, according to God's command, Moses announces, "This is how you will know that the Lord has sent me to do all these things and that it was not my idea. If these men die a natural death and suffer the fate of all mankind, then the Lord has not sent me. But if the Lord brings about something totally new, and the earth opens its mouth and swallows them, with everything that belongs to them, and they go down alive into the realm of the dead, then you will know that these men have treated the Lord with contempt." Numbers 16 verses 28 to 31. As Moses described, Korah, Dathan, Abiram, and Korah's family who were partners in rebellion were swallowed by the earth when the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them. And the 250 elders of Israel died from the fire that came out of heaven from God. And fire came out from the Lord and consumed the 250 men who were offering the incense. Numbers 16 verse 35. The rebellion created many echoes, and large numbers of the Israelites supported Korah. Therefore, immediately after the death of the rebels, a plague came upon the Israelites. There were a number of survivors from the disaster, among them sons of Korah, as is written below. The line of Korah, however, did not die out. Numbers 26 verse 11. They are also mentioned in the Psalms during the days of David and onwards as poets. After that, the Israelites fled in panic from the scene of the incident. However, they have not learned the lesson, and are once again complaining about Moses and Aaron. Then God reveals himself to Moses and Aaron and tells them, "Get away from this assembly so I can put an end to them at once." And they fell face down. Numbers 16 verse 45. Moses realizes that they have greatly angered God and that a plague is hitting the Israelites, and he commands his brother Aaron to take incense from the tabernacle and run through the crowd. Aaron's running with the incense does stop the plague, but the plague kills 14,700 people. In order to remove the complaints of the Israelites about the priesthood, God commands that the leader of each tribe bring a staff into the tabernacle, and the staff that God chooses will flourish. They do so, and in the morning they discover that Aaron's staff has flourished. Aaron's staff remained inside the tabernacle as a vigil and as a memorial to the Israelites. We hope you learned something new today. If you did, give this video a like and share it with your friends. You can share with us what you know by leaving a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative and entertaining content. Thank you so much and see you next time.